Morning, everybody. It's time for another Morning Geeks. I know you're ready for it. It'll be here in a couple minutes. Sit back and enjoy the song. Enjoy life. Every Friday morning, 8:30 a.m. It goes something like this. Grab your coffee, grab your chair, sit right now. Get yourself in front of that computer now. We're here live, ready to see. Oh, come over, it's Morning Geeks. Who cares of what you need the info now? Find out what geeky things are making rounds. You know you want to, just wait and see. Oh, you'll love it, Morning Geeks. Don't be shy, just come on down. Everybody's doing it, don't make the sound. Put on your headphones, tell them you're in a conference, you see. Oh, it's time for Morning Geeks. Halfway to the end of this old song, it's Morning Geeks, you know, just come along. Everybody wants to be here, just call her friends and tell them Morning Geeks again. Everybody, where you looking through? Maybe in your car on the mobile soon. You know you want to, just wait and see. Everybody come to Morning Geeks. If you love the show, why not give a shout out? Go over to Patreon, be a participant. Everybody loves it, just wait and see. You're almost here with Morning Geeks. Don't you love this song? I made it up. A little creative thing for my cup. And now you're in the spirit to sit down and watch the Morning Geek Show now. It's almost over, show's about to start. So get your coffee, get your cup. Everybody wants to know what's happening. Or geek out to Morning Geek. Time to geek out to Morning Geeks. Hey everybody, show's about to start in a couple minutes here, so stick around. We've got lots of cool stuff here. So this is the pre-show. And of course, as you can see, the Bell's Palsy is still happening. So we'll get into that in a couple minutes here. But this is the pre-show. I'm going to start the recording in a couple seconds here.
We're doing live dual stream on Facebook.com/Geekazine and YouTube.com/Geekazine. So you can go here, you can go there, you can go anywhere. So thanks a lot for coming to the show. Let's get started. Hitting the record in 3, 2, 1. Morning, Geeks! Hey, everybody, Jeffrey Powers here from Geekazine, Think Magazine, Put in a Geek. Only half of this side is functional today, so I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about a whole bunch more. We got a lot of great news, and of course, we're going to talk about Panasonic and a new technology that turns your whole body into data. It becomes a superhero if you think about it. I can transmit data just like that. Boom, just like that. Anyway, happy start date 306-253.24. By the way, happy international. I've got the wrong one on here. We got the wrong number here. Let's bring that over here. Oh my goodness. That was a big mess up. Let's give me a second here as I need to readjust. We are on stardate 306-234.11. That's the right one. And let me just make a slight adjustment here. You know, it's always great when you start in the wrong week. That was last week's. This is this week's. Happy birthday to Simon Cowell. Happy birthday to cellist Yo-Yo Mom and John Mellencamp. Ain't that America? You and me. Ain't that America? You must see. And then I got to turn off my phone. I just realized my phone is on. There we go. Let's turn that off, because I'm going to show you the product that I got this week. I'm doing a review. This is the HP Elite book, or Elite. Not Elite book, but Elite. I guess it is Elite book, but it's an Elite. HP Elite X2. And this is one of those, that's basically a tablet. More geared towards the business professional. It's really cool because it's got the detachable keyboard, but the detachable keyboard has got a nice little felt bottom here, and then a nice little Bluetooth keyboard, which is backlit, which is really nice. So, and it's running the Intel M5 processor, which is really sweet. So far so good. I'm going to be taking, and oh yeah, the kickstand, forgot about that, because this is meant to be put on your desk, and you can go up and run from there. So I'm going to be reviewing that in the next couple of weeks. Of course, not next week. Next week, I'm going to be in California, rockin' California, rockin' California. Anyway, I'm going to Disney World. So yeah, yes I am. I'll be there for a conference, and then on Thursday, we're going to go Disneyland, not Disney World, but Disneyland. I'm going to be in Disneyland, and we're going to be in conference on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then, of course, the other half of Thursday, I'll be down at Disneyland, checking out the rides. I'm going to be more, I've done the rides already, so I'm more into checking out what it's going to look like in Halloween, because I've never been there during Halloween. That's going to be the cool thing. So we are dual streaming, which means we're on Facebook and we're on YouTube at the same time. Boom, we're going to split that right down the middle and go. I did a couple tests, and even though I have Charter Spectrum, that's my internet connection, which is 60 megs down, which is great, but 5 megs, about 5 megs up, 4.57 if you think about it. And that's really tight to do a dual stream, but I wanted to see if I could do it. So since this week was just a relearning week for a lot of things, and I'll talk about this part in a second, I wanted to see if we could dual stream, and so we're dual streaming. We might have some audio issues as we go, but I think I fixed all the problems. We'll see what happens and go from there. Now, you're wondering why I'm talking like this, why I got this slurry sound to me. Well, last week, if you haven't been watching my stuff here, we got a truck outside. Anyway, you might be hearing some, it's trash day usually, and I left the window open a little bit to get some air through. Anyway, if you've been following my feed, you know exactly what's going on. But if you haven't, on Saturday, I went into the hospital. Thank God it wasn't a stroke. No stroke. We're all good there. But It was Bell's palsy. And it's hard to say. I'll do it like this. Bell's palsy. Give you more crisper plosive there. The idea is basically this side of my face is not functioning right now. It's just kind of sitting there. So that's why I got a little sneer going on, because I'm most of everything's working on this side, but not this side. So I just gotta calm down a little bit and get back to normal. But when I really start talking, I'm gonna start looking like this, and then I just gotta calm down a little bit, and I gotta start talking like this, and then calm down a little bit. So basically that's what's happening. Let me close this window really quick. That way you don't get the trash truck in the way. So, and excuse me. Whoa. I need more coffee. So, what it just means is, if I smile like this. I can't raise my eyebrows, so I've got a lot of eyebrow movement on this side, not on this side. And spitting is the biggest challenge at this point in time. Of course, holding my breath, I can't do that. If I go underwater, I'm toast. So anyway, so that's what's happening there. Bell's palsy usually clears up with a couple weeks. Basically, there's a nerve right here, and it gets inflamed. And when it does, it just locks everything up. Now, the cool thing about it is it doesn't lock my muscles up. My muscles are still free-flowing. Even though these muscles aren't moving, my jaw muscle still moves, my eyes still move, I can still blink for the most part. I can't twitch my nose or twitch my ears, only halfway. But, that's how it all works. And the biggest thing is, like I said, it's just the functionality. Eating is a small challenge. Drinking is a small challenge. And so on and so forth. And now there's another update. God, I thought I turned off those updates. Anyway, good thing it's not going to reboot the computer now. I'd just be a little bit upset if that happened again like last week. So, anywho, let's get back in. There we are. Let's start there. And let's get into your, enough about me. Let's get into your morning geeks for this week of October 7th, 2016. Before we do, a little bit of notes here. Next week, like I said, I'm going to be in California, rocking California. And then, so because of that, I might not have a show. If I have a show, it'll be pre-recorded. And I'll just post it on there. Because I'll have my recording devices, so I might just do something from Disneyland. You never know. We'll see what happens. Just some simple geek news there. It really depends on what's going on. But of course, our big topic for today is Panasonic transmits data by touch. Being able to do that, it's a superpower. It really is a superpower, I think, that you can develop without having superpowers. So anyway, we'll talk about that. We got a lot of other stuff here. Let's get into the Yeah, we have, let's do that again. Yeah, that's interesting. We have some weird audio issues. I'm not going to do that dual one. Hopefully, new to this week will play. It usually kicks in after a couple seconds. So if you hear this like that, just don't worry. Hold on a second. And I'm going to check with Wirecast because we're doing the dual stream. Going to Facebook and to YouTube, they have different parameters, and so they get confused. And I think that's why that's happening. But anyway, we'll skip the music part. Oh yeah, did you notice the TV? Pretty cool, huh? I did the graphic. If you got graphics you want to put up that show off Morning Geeks, let me know. We might even put up some pictures, geek pictures up there. So if you got pictures from stuff coming up, let me know and send them, and we'll put them up on the monitor. Go from there. So, all right, let's get into the show. Going over to Geekazine.com, that's where you find everything over at Geekazine.com, and you'll be rocking. So we're also part of the Scony Geek Nation. Then you can do that by going over to Patreon.com/Geekazine, Patreon.com/Geekazine. Be a part of the Scony Geek Nation. That supports me. I got to go to CES. I got to go to NAMM, National Association of Music Merchants. so we can get videos out, so you can watch those videos, so you can enjoy those videos. And that's where this all comes in. You become a part of the Scone Geek Nation, because you basically support the show. And I can continue to do Morning Geeks every single Friday, Bell's Palsy or not. As simple as that. So I really appreciate if you would go over there, patreon.com/Geekazine, and some, $1 a month, $12 a year, and you get about 100 people of those. I can go out to some of these great shows. So, right now what's happening is Hurricane Matthew. Of course, if you've been under a rock, that means that you're prepared for Hurricane Matthew. Simple as that. But if you don't know what's going on, the big hurricane up the coast. This is the weather from the Weather Channel, as you can see, looking pretty. It's looking pretty bad right now. I saw some of the video. I was watching news. I usually watch news before I start the show, just to kind of see what else is going on. And it was looking pretty bad. We watched one reporter as she was holding on for dear life while trying to get the story. And I don't think your life is worth that type of ratings. I really don't. But she did. That's her problem. So be safe. I know I have a lot of friends in the Florida area, so be safe and yeah, be safe. That's the important thing. So if you're up in New York, you probably might be going to the New York Comic-Con. It's happening this weekend, and I have to admit, I wish I could be there, believe me, because I've been getting asked to go left and right. If you want to go and report on it, let me know, and come back on it, let me know. And like I said, we might not have a show next week, but I will definitely put it into the show notes for 2 weeks from now. If anything, maybe we will if we have enough content for our next week. So anyway, lots of great panels. It's just like the San Diego Comic-Con or any other Comic-Con for that matter. They got signings, book signings, comic book signings, movie trailers. We've already got some news that we're going to talk about because of the New York City Comic-Con. So that's pretty cool. Let's get into it. Let's move on from there. If you could look back and look at yourself from years ago, like for instance, I have old VHS tapes somewhere of me doing stuff. And every now and then I'll see one and they'll be like, oh, I'll take a look at this. But, now I don't have a VCR anymore, so I'd have to find a VCR to be able to transfer all that stuff. But the whole point is, if you could look back at yourself from years ago and comment on it, would you? That's what Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, is doing. And he did this first video. It's actually really cool. If you're not into wrestling, that's okay. But this gives you a geek's view of it and how wrestling really does work. Because okay, yeah, it's all fake. We know that it's fake. We do know that it's fake. Pre-planned. I guess fake's kind of a bad word, but if you choreographed, however you want to do it. But anyway, this is a great video to watch because Dwayne Johnson really gives you the play-by-play and tells you what's happening inside the ring. And that's what I always loved about wrestling, was what happened in the back end with the business of wrestling. And that's the important thing. So a great way to learn about all of this. So if you're really curious about what happens in wrestling, check this out. Now, I think this is going to be a series by The Rock, and I can't wait to see what else he can come up with, because I think he's going to be doing more of his matches, his big matches. And if this becomes successful, I could see them doing several series from different wrestlers on this and how they grew from the beginning. So, all right, let's move on here. No Man's Sky, basically, you heard about this Reddit shutdown. So No Man's Sky, they did it because they thought that the conversation was less than spectacular. Of course, the people complained, which caused them to rethink and decide to reopen. But they probably said, hey, we're going to reopen this, but don't start posting your cat pictures again, because that's why we closed it the first time. Now, if you don't know what it is, No Man's Sky is an action-adventure game for the PS4 and Windows. PS4 and Windows. Sometimes I'll do this so I can actually do my plosives properly. So, but anyway, you can get the game, you can play the game, or you can go to the Reddit and see what's going on. But basically, they just shut it down. They were getting tired of all the spammy stuff. And which, as a community moderator and owner of a few communities around the interwebs, I know that, when people just do what's called a gun and run, which is basically, I'm going to post my stuff and get the heck out of there. I'm not even going to tell you what it is. I'm not going to go into any explanation. I'm just hoping that you're going to click on it. It gets really frustrating. And a lot of people think, oh yeah, this is a great way to do it. It's not a great way to do it. And it's a great way for you to get banned from any type of board or anything like that. So, but anyway, No Man's Sky subreddit is back up. If you check it out, if you're a Reddit, if you're a Reddit person, let's calm down. There we go. All right, this side's not amused. Just remember that. So, all right, where are we? We're on Google Pixel, and okay. So Google announced Pixel a couple days ago, along with a foamy VR unit, a nice little padded. I think it came from your couch or something. I don't know. New Chromecast, the Chromecast Ultra, which is twice the price of the Chromecast, and the Home Assistant device for all you Google nuts out there. Well, Pixel is available only on Verizon. You can actually buy the phone outright, and Google has always been one of those phones where it will have the CDMA and the GSM stuff in there, so you'll be able to hook it up to whatever carrier you're on. So the phone itself costs $699.99, but Verizon has a special deal if you're on Verizon. My friends at Verizon, I do a lot of work with them. They send me phones, I review them, and I appreciate that. So if you're a part of Verizon, you could get the Google Pixel. It's on pre-sale right now. We're going back to middle school in new to this week. This week in theaters is Middle School, The Worst Years of My Life, a family comedy about a very creative kid bucking the conservative system. This is based on a 2011 novel, and there's no word if this will move on to high school or college. Maybe it'll be a Van Wilder, we never knew. For all you Phantasm fans, you'll be getting a double feature this weekend. First of all, the original 1979 movie is getting a remaster to 4K and a limited theater release. Fans of the horror series should enjoy the cleaned up version. They can then stay for what's being called the Final Phantasm. But we know how all that works. Another movie will come out in about 10 or 20 years from now. Phantasm Ravager also opens in limited theaters around the nation, but it might be the case that the remaster version could be the better of the two. Nonetheless, you'll definitely get into the Halloween spirit. Heading to the comic book store, Marvel Champions debuts on the Marvel Now series. It's a great way to get into the comic series right from the beginning. Many DVD releases this week. Tarzan is, okay, yeah, it's one of them. Yeah, okay. Are you afraid of a Ghost reboot? Ghostbusters hits downloads and DVD shelves this week. It might get a better shot from the video standpoint. I saw it on $5 Tuesday and wasn't disappointed. Another family night movie this week might include Ice Age 5 Collision Course. Believe it or not, I've not seen this franchise at all. However, the tomato meter was pretty low and the audience scored just as well. If you want to watch because you're in it for the series, then you might want to get it out of the way as quick as possible. And that's new to this week. All right, we're back here, and hopefully that sounded good. That's the one thing is if I hold if I do this, I'll be like, I'm thinking, but I sound a little bit better because basically what happens is this side it's like a rubber band. It just goes back and forth. So, like I said, DVD. And you only hear DV in that segment. So, but anyway, let's move on. The reason why I'm promoting this is because if you have any type of droopy face, make sure you go to the doctor right away. I caught this early in the stages. My dad had it when he was younger, and he didn't realize what it was. So, me getting the word out there is it's important because I want you guys to be healthy and happy. I know I have a couple friends. I have one friend, Jeremy, who's in the who just got some pneumonia, and I saw it on the Facebook feed. My friend Chris down in Austin, he's in the hospital. So get well, Chris. And I know there's a couple other people. My friend Corey, she just shaved her head because high school friend. She just shaved her head because what's going on. I have another friend who just beat cancer. So it's crazy. There's a lot, be safe, be happy, have a long life. That's simple as that. And go get yourself checked if something like this happens. So, all right, let's move on. Let's get back into the stories. Congratulations to our friends over at the Nerdist podcasts and, of course, Nerdist Science editor Kyle Hill, because he's going to become the new Adam Savage. That's pretty cool. At least Adam Savage with a Fabio-style hairdo, maybe? Yeah, okay. He's going to actually be the new lead in the new crew for a Mythbusters show. Now, they're still doing the reality show to get the actual Mythbusters, but he's going to be the main guy. So, and no, I don't think he can be the next Jamie Heineman because he just doesn't have the iconic mustache for it. Simple as that. So apparently, Hoechlin, I don't know how to, it's Hoechlin. I say Hoechlin. Hoechlin, it's like that? Okay, apparently the Hoechlin Superman is getting some positive feedback. Personally, I do not like the unclean shaven version. Let me show you the larger version of this. Superman's always supposed to be clean cut, and this 2-day stubble thing is just throwing me off. I'm really concerned that it's going to overtake Supergirl, and of course, Supergirl had a good CBS run. I wasn't too impressed with it. I didn't watch all the episodes. I'm going to watch, what's happening with the CW version, but I'm hoping that it's not going to become Superman with Supergirl there, because that'll be very disappointing if that happens. But we'll see what happens, and if Tyler Hoechlin is actually the better Superman, I'd love to see him get replaced in the movies and go from there, because I want to have. DC's had a bad run when it comes to movies and some TV shows. We need them to get their stuff together. Simple as that. So, all right, let's move on from there. Clowns, gotta love the clowns. So apparently, what's happening is people are dressing up as clowns and going out and scaring the bejesus out of people. Now, if you don't know my history, my dad was a professional clown. I grew up being a professional clown in the Madison, Wisconsin area, which meant I was in parades, I was at events dressed up with whiteface, and of course my own design and hair. I had the rainbow wig, and I had some outfit. Anyway, that was years ago, and those days are way behind me. I don't even know if I have pictures from them, but my dad, I got a couple of pictures of my dad as a clown. And I know my dad would not be happy with this, because he's always been the type, it was either the sad face clown or the white face clown. That was the only type of clowns he cared about. But when I remember when It came out, Stephen King, he was not happy with that, because it brought a bad look on clowns. And when you're trying to do something professional, trying to entertain kids, and you got this negative thing in the mix, it gets harder. So I'm mixed on the whole good clown, bad clown thing. If I never see a clown again, I'm happy personally. And I know a lot of friends of mine that are afraid of clowns. I have a good friend he called himself Clown Boy. We actually made up some graphics years ago of him. So it's I'm on the fence on this, but if you take it too far, it's just too much. And I think that's what's going on right now, is people are taking the clown thing a little bit too seriously, too far. And a lot of schools have decided, well, we're going to simply just say, don't dress up as a clown this Halloween, and because we don't know what you're going to do with that in that situation. So please just, be aware. If your kid really wants to dress up as a clown, a 5-year-old kid clown, I think that'll be okay. A 23-year-old clown, maybe not so much. So that's one of those things. If you've been planning your clown costume all year, then go from there. And of course, I got friends that are, they're all professional evil clowns, because that is a thing. And they stay in a contained area, and this being a Halloween themed park, which is up north from here somewhere. So if you can do that, that's great. Don't go running around the forest looking like an evil clown, because you might get arrested. You might get put in jail. You never know. So just don't do it. Anyway, and of course, the most important thing, hey, if you're attacked by a mob of clowns, go for the juggler. You know, gotta be safe. Simple as that. So, all right, hey, check out this. There we go. Check out the new line of Nerf guns here. This came out. This is called the Accustrike line. The guns have new darts with rubber corkscrew tips. They're expected to fly straighter, of course, if you simply blow on a dart. And this does happen. You could have somebody sitting there blowing across. You throw the dart goes this way, and you blow this way. It'll completely skew the direction. And I don't think this will change because these are all lightweight. But anyway, it's supposed to fly straighter, and so it'll be pretty cool to see. You can these debuted yesterday at New York Comic Con. And so if you are a Nerf fan, I can say that, Nerf fan, then check that out, new line from Hasbro. All right, Panasonic wants to turn your body into a wonderland. Your body's a wonderland, yeah. A data wonderland, that would be. Their new wearable allows you to transfer data simply with a handshake or just a touch. You know, bumper or whatever, you know, chest bumper, I don't know. It'll also be able to do inanimate objects. And so data could transfer whether you're touching somebody or you're touching, let's say you're touching your phone, and all of a sudden that'll unlock your phone. Maybe you're touching the side of your, touching the side of the door by the door panel on your house, and it unlocks your door. Maybe you'll touch on a TV and it'll turn it on. Or, you know, you're watching this video on your phone and you want to send it to the TV, you touch the TV or do something, and then it'll send it to the TV. So that's what's really cool about this. It's more than just touching person to person to do data transfer. It's about touching anything to do data transfer. Now, they showed this at the CEATEC, C-E-A-T-E-C, CEATEC electronics show in Japan. While the device is kind of bulky right now, Panasonic believes that they can shrink it down so it will incorporate in other devices. And it could go down as small as being, fabric and clothing. So you're just basically, maybe you'll put on a necklace or something like that. Maybe you'll have it on your belt buckle. Maybe it'll be in your phone, where you have the phone on your person, and then that just transmits through your friends. So if you're doing business contacts, you can do a handshake, and then they have your card. Will this be a business card killer? Yeah, I don't know. It's really tough to say. I hate to say that because there have been a lot of people that have tried to kill the business card, and the business card just sticks around, just like anything. So, but we'll see what happens. This is in the early stages, and as you can see, the one woman's wearing gloves, and it still did a data transfer. So that's pretty cool. I can't wait to see how this really goes and changes how we start to move data around. And being able, and of course that also brings up some issues, such as, I could send out a virus simply by touching you. And then all of a sudden, we have to worry about all that other stuff too. But for the most part, this is a good start. Can't wait to see how it really progresses from there. So, all right, I think that does it. We got it. That's all the news we got today for that. And then there might have been a little bit more news. It was a little bit tougher to actually collect news, mostly because I actually also had to go to a funeral yesterday, and of course, dealing with this. But anyway, we're gonna try and keep going, go forward, because we can't go backward. Simple as that. So. Check it out over at Geekazine.com. Of course, Facebook.com/Geekazine, YouTube.com/Geekazine. You guys geek out. Like I said, no show next week. If there is, it's going to be pre-recorded. And I'll post it at 8:30 a.m. Eastern, 5:30 a.m. Pacific. But if not, then we'll be back, I believe, in 3 weeks, because I do have travel for the next couple weeks. So we'll be back in 3 weeks with a new show. And of course, if breaking news happens, I'll get something out there and go from there. Geek news breaking? That's possible. If you're down in Florida, be safe. Be very safe. Go get to a shelter. Go to a shelter now. So be safe. And we'll see you next time. Geek out, folks. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks a lot for putting up with this, and hopefully in the next couple weeks, next time we talk, that I'll have a little bit of movement in the left side and go from there. So I said geek out, but geek out again. Just geek out, and I'll see you next time. Take care. And of course, that was a dual stream. We'll see how that worked. I hope you enjoyed it. Let's see what we had for numbers here. We had a few people on YouTube. Thank you very much for being there. And what do we got? We had some viewers. Thank you. Oh wow, 32 video views. Thank you very much. And let's see if there were any. I didn't want to refresh anything because I am taking up a lot of bandwidth. And let's see if anybody commented, because I want you guys to be happy. And where is it? And it looks like the Facebook might have went down. Maybe. I think my Facebook went down. Oh. Oh no, it's still up. It's still up. So, all right. Well, thank you. And I don't know. Let's see. Go back here. There we go. All right. Am I back on? No, I'm not. Back up. Jeez. Go. No, I want you to go there. There you go. Anyway. Hey, if you got anything that you ever want to submit to the show, just let me know, and then we'll go from there and go. Oh yeah, we had about 239 people reach. Thank you. Thank you to Robert Hicks for liking. Jeff Adams. So he said audio problems, so we might have had some audio issues. Robert, yes, I am recovering very well. Thank you very much. I'm gonna like that. So thanks a lot for coming to the show, and we'll be back, like I said, in a couple weeks. With more of Morning Geeks. So you guys geek out and take care.